Danielle, so it's been a really incredible year on so many levels, and for sports, a very dramatic year of change. Tell us how the fan relationship to sports has been impacted by the absence of play, the change in scheduling, the pent up enthusiasm, and how fan attitudes have changed towards sports.
Yeah, so sports has definitely evolved to your point a lot over the past few months. It continues to be an effective reach vehicle across all platforms. Their ESPN research team does a ton of work around fan attitudes and behavior. And the good news is that around 90% of the US population still are identifying themselves as sports fans. So that's an amazing number and one that we hope will continue into the future. In terms of pent up enthusiasm. We've definitely seen that, especially as it relates to the return of sports in the late summer and fall. And we've been able to address that need for sports fans with unparalleled talent, resources, and reach. And we've continued to entertain and inform when it comes to sports fans across all the ESPN platforms. We found ways to be nimble and continue programming even when we were on hiatus with sports over the summer. And continuing to enthuse and engage fans has been definitely our mission over the course of the past few months, and definitely thrilled that sports is back in a really big way. Additionally, we've seen very high demand for our robust sports offering. One example of that is the NBA on Christmas Day that airs across the ESPN networks. We actually completely sold out of it in the scatter marketplace. So there's been a demand both from a fan standpoint and from a marketer standpoint.
So tell us some of the creative programming that you guys have done during the pandemic, and maybe how some of those initiatives might even stay.
Yeah, definitely. There's been a ton of new things that we've done. We've really been innovating and surfacing new ways of thinking and doing business. We've always pushed the envelope in terms of innovation and creativity. I think that's something that Disney and ESPN specifically also prides ourselves on. So we've tried to think even deeper and unlock new opportunities for our advertisers in key programming that definitely would resonate with viewers to keep that connection going, whether sports was in session or not. Some of the solutions and learnings that were illuminated from the pandemic will continue to shape sports and how we deliver, world class experiences to our fans moving forward. This experience that we've all been enduring has really transformed our approach to stay agile and nimble. At the core of it, though, is key storytelling. That's great storytelling is always at the core of what we do. And we know that it's an imperative to engage fans, and we will continue to iterate into these strategies to bring fans even closer and feel more connected than they ever have been. I was just going to provide a couple examples of this in the NFL draft in 2020. We had a really unique opportunity to present it in a way that's never been done before. It was done completely virtually. Our studios in Bristol were the hub, but we had 600 camera feeds across the United States, and it definitely paid in dividends. We reached 55 million viewers, which was up 16% versus 2019. And earlier you asked about that pent up enthusiasm. I think this is definitely a testament of it, both from a fan and marketer perspective. We saw in the NFL draft last year the most diverse array of advertisers that we've ever had in the NFL draft. We had over 100 brands participate, and 60 of those brands were participating for the first time. So, just a testament to how fans and marketers are gravitating towards sports in a way that has never been done before.
Now, Danielle, ESPN has been on the bleeding edge of live sports on mobile, on devices. I remember when the first games, you might remember very early on, you were streaming games. Now there's a huge demand and interest, not just on mobile, but OTT. Tell us a little bit how distribution has changed via these devices, and what are the implications for sports, for advertisers, for getting new audiences, perhaps? Give us your views.
Definitely. On trend, we are seeing growth in the CTV space, which, as you mentioned, is indicative of how consumer behavior is changing. We are very well equipped for this because when all of our rights deals are negotiated, we make sure that we can distribute our content across all screens, and that's the case for ESPN, but also all of Disney. So consumers can stream our content on CTV, and we know that it's more important than ever. Another thing that's great for our clients is that we're enabling them to be able to take a holistic insight-led approach in the fact that they can reach their audience segments wherever they are, wherever they're consuming our content. However, linear is also playing a crucial role in the sports landscape. As you can imagine, it's very evident to us, and I think to marketers, that streaming and linear are very complementary. Television achieves massive reach, and broadcast, we feel, is it plays an important role in influencing consumer behavior. We actually partner with a research company called EDO that measures search results as it relates to linear ad exposure. And we've seen over and over again that in live sports and in big events, search is driven by a linear ad unit. So linear is still driving action and giving that broad scale that advertisers are looking for. And as I mentioned before, is complementary to CTV and mobile.
Danielle, what's going on with audience targeting and addressability?
Yeah, thanks for asking that, because we are prioritizing data technology and analytics to evolve our capabilities. We're working really closely with our partners on a one-to-one basis because we know that our advertising partners have really unique needs in this space. So we really want to have conversations with individual brands to help achieve their needs and goals. One of the great things that we did during the pandemic in the midst of it is we launched a new ad product called Disney Hulu XP. And what it is, it gives the advertising community the ability to tap into our incremental addressable reach with enhanced targeting. And we can deliver a really targeted message at scale. I think one of the concerns that a lot of advertisers have is that when you target, it sometimes becomes too niche, and not a lot of scale is a result of that. The best thing about Disney Hulu XP is that it's premium video across the entire Disney portfolio with precision at scale. And it really offers simplicity to advertisers because it's one line item, one deal ID, and we can scale it across our entire portfolio of brands and content. Another thing that's becoming significantly more important is our first-party data capabilities. We've been doing this for a really long time, but we are really leaning into this space. Our data is powered by hundreds of millions of US-based users consuming our content. And we are uniquely positioned to be an inherently audience-driven advertising partner with a full funnel solution for our partners. I think a lot of times when people think about Disney, they think about upper funnel metrics. We can definitely help achieve those lower funnel metrics as well and drive action, as I was talking about earlier. We have a complete data science team that has built a proprietary anonymized audience graph. And we really are, because of that, well equipped to collaborate with our partners as they navigate through the coming of the third-party cookie deprecation that everybody's been talking about. We know that that's something that's been at the top of marketers' minds and agencies as well. And we want to be able to help with that, and we can because of our capabilities in the data space. Utilizing Disney data, marketers can really unlock a unique audience in terms of, the scale and reach that we have across our platforms, and it's audiences that they wouldn't be able to tap into elsewhere.